Yeah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Basham, Yahweh Shai, Basham, Rakakwadash. Right? Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well, to the elder apostles in Connecticut, the bishops, the priests, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds preaching the truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect. The elect, Shalom, to the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom, to you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This your brother Aram Yahawada with the lesson. Yeah, I'm going to take that feature off because that kind of got into my lesson here. But as you can see, this is Watcher's Guru, right? And as you can see, notice the Watcher Guru has a well, right? And then in the world, you refer to people who are filthy rich, right? Big money as wells, right? And this is just, those. And then a guru is someone who knows how to so-called make peace, or basically like a peacemaker, basically, so to speak, right? And but it says in the this is Esau on the left hand side, because it's saying that it's they're watchers of peace, right? Right, but the true watchmen are the so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, so-called Native American, who are the true Hebrew Israelites, who have woken up out of the deep slumber and sleep and deadness of mind and of spirit, and have woken up, and the Lord has uh, given the breath of life out there on the highways and the byways, doing these digital epistles, to be the true watchmen, the true gurus, right? But of course, Satan on the left hand side is showing you, right? So the BRICS nations, right? So it's supposed to be Brazil, Russia, Iran, China, and they added South Africa, right? It says countries rejects de-dollarization. See, they were supposed to be in the de-dollarization of America, and then now all of a sudden they're embracing the U.S. dollar. So something's going on where they have changed the plans, right? As far as probably how they're going to do this global collapse, because the dollar is pretty strong, and maybe just setting up these few little countries saying that they're doing a de-dollarization, it wasn't enough to scare the people, right? But then they've I've seen a couple of brothers lessons on these storms, right? And how what's his name, Bill Gates, have a patented on weaponized storm machines, where he has a patent on storm machines, and and he's the lowest man on the totem pole, so he's just the front man, the front face that for the thing, and but nevertheless, right, these storms might be the way that they bring in the MOTB, because they may they may bring in another storm, basically throw money at it, and then maybe they'll say, hey, there's too many storms coming, there's too much stuff happening, which I've already heard them say that FEMA don't have enough money already, and that's even before anything else, right? They already said be prepared that FEMA may not show up, right? So, but it says in a new twist, right? Hey, because hey, that's Esau in itself, right? Wicca means to twist, right? To take and to twist and to make things which, because that's their witchcraft, right? Some of these naive women will tell you that they're Wicca, they're not witches, they're into Wicca, and then that means they're good witches, right? But then there's no such thing, right? The Lord said that rebellion is as witchcraft, and if you're being a witch, that's plain out rebellion against the Most High, man. Right? The Lord says, "Suffer not a witch to live," man. Right? You just plain out saying you're witches, right? And that's what these dudes, they're warlocks, right? And this is that new twist of events. BRICS members, India has confirmed that it will not target the US dollar, aimed amid the de-dollarization agenda, right? That has engulfed the global financial landscape. India made it clear that it has no plans to end. Let's see if I can get it. Salakia. Reliance. Its reliance. Salakia. No plans on ending to end reliance on the dollar. And will use the currency for trading, transactions, where it remains a necessity form of payment. See, right? Because the dollar is pretty strong, but then I believe they got I'm speaking as a man, and I'm thinking that this whole this global what do they call it? What's it called? The having you follow your so-called your greenhouse, your carbon footprint, and saying that there's a greenhouse effect, and that there's this there's this global crisis as far as weather and things, and use that as a scare tactic, saying global warming is what hit what was that shit? Was it North Carolina, Florida, and I believe there's some other places that got hit by some storms. And I believe China's had their share of storms, and other places have their share of these different weather. What are you gonna say? Unprecedented, or unprecedented. It's like unprecedented weather effects that have effect on people, right? On the so-called landscape, right? And they're gonna use that as a scare tactic to scare you into these 15-minute cities, into getting the Karagma, the Karaks, the Ingrafo, although not Ingrafo, but Grafo, it's like the Karaks, the Karagma, Karaks, Grafo, it's like because Grafo has it's the records, right, of all your, of who you are, your life, your arrest records, your dental records, basically your records. And they can swipe with the swipe of a, like at the grocery store, you boop, boop, at the swipe, it pops up, all your information shows up. Hey, you don't belong in this zone. You're in the wrong zone. You need to get back to your 15-minute city, or you will be killed if you don't get back there by such and such time, or they just might kill you right then and there. Who knows, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and play this next video. Now, what we just played was from Mike Adams from Brighteon.com. He was going into how the people in Florida, they told everybody to evacuate, and now that they evacuated, the goal is to not let people back in. And we're gonna play this video right here because this is the reason. And although people might not believe it, also you telling me they're trying to set up a fifth? Yes, it's according to prophecy.
You ain't gonna be able to just move around the world like you want to no more, man. So this one redacted. It's 21 hours ago.
They using the Lahaina playbook, the Maui playbook. So that's what they did in Maui, or I'm getting ready to do. Go ahead, brother.
Now that's it. That's it. And before we get just to back what you said, so when we see more, man, I've been looking for this video. It's been bothering me all day because I want to play it because it goes perfectly in what we talking about, Tazapar. Man, I forget the company. I played one video last week how they got like these people undercover who work for the WEF, and they just be talking to these people and like getting them to say stuff. So one thing the dude said, man, I've been looking for the lesson since this morning. I mean, not the lesson, but the article since this morning because they played a video. And there was a dude who worked for the WEF. And Lord willing, I could find it. He worked for the WEF, and he was saying, he was like, yeah, you know how the first lockdown and everything came through sicknesses, through diseases, and that put a scare on the people. He was like, now, why you think you've been seeing in the news so much of climate change? He was like, because that's gonna be the next plague. He was like, he said the WEF. He said my bosses, because he worked for the WEF. He said that my bosses, the next plan is to put this global warming thing out there. Put that, the global warming and the ice caps melting to have people in fear. But at the same time, people gonna be in fear, but he gonna be bringing forth natural disasters. He said this gonna be the next thing to bring forth the agenda. So the point is, expect to see more, as they would say, natural disasters, because when this hits cities, that's gonna be his green light to, it's destroyed. Oh, let's build it up. And you know what? Let's build it up into a 15-minute city. And you know what? Let's digitize it. No, this is his ultimate plan, but will it get there? According to Job 20, it won't get there. But we see it's in the making of it, though. We right there at the doorsteps, the threshold. We literally right here. Esau starting to do that. He destroying American cities. And why I say American? Because Americans never been touched. American cities being destroyed to bring forth the plan. We right here.
Yeah, I seen that clip, but I wouldn't know where to find it. Yeah.
But yeah, this is a quick clip. It says Holy SHIT. Bill Gates owns. Check that out. Bill Gates owns hurricane controlling weather patents.
Why are they directing the hurricane directly into Tampa and the Sarasota area specifically? Like, that's the question that stands out to many of us. Many people are wondering why Tampa specifically, though. Let's talk about Bill Gates, the man who wants to control the weather and reshape the way that you live. I mean, down to you not eating meat. He wants to take down forests in order to cool the climate. He wants to block out the sun. I mean, this is literally what he wants to do. He wants to test vaccines, of course, on unexpected individuals. Like, he loves this stuff right now. And this isn't some conspiracy stuff. This is fact. This is exactly what he's been doing. It's happening right now. And it's connected to something much bigger than just hurricanes and climate solutions. So stick with me here on this. Reshaping the way you live through weather manipulation is what Bill Gates wants to do. So let's start with this. Back in 2009, Bill Gates puts his name on a patent for controlling hurricanes. Yes, you can't make this stuff up. On hurricanes, watch.
When you hear the name Bill Gates, you probably think Microsoft founder, but now the billionaire may be known as the Hurricane Tamer. Gates is listed as one of 13 inventors on a patent filed for hurricane prevention methods.
Salaki, can a brother put Isaiah 10:1 in the chat? Baba Kashah. This is what we saying, Isaiah 10:1. If y'all can, Baba Kashah. Let's rewind a little bit. Isaiah 10:1.
A patent for controlling hurricanes.
This nigga got a patent for controlling hurricanes.
Yes, you can't make this stuff up. On hurricanes, watch.
When you hear the name Bill Gates, you probably think Microsoft founder, but now the billionaire may be known as the Hurricane Tamer. Gates is listed as one of 13 inventors on a patent filed for hurricane prevention methods. Hurricanes gain strength from condensation driven by warm surface water, which leads to greater wind speeds. Gates and his team plan to use a fleet of ships to cool warm surface water by mixing it with colder water from greater depths. They hope this will sap energy from growing storms, leading to weaker, less devastating hurricanes. The patent, which isn't expected to be approved for another 18 months, was submitted by C-REIT LLC.
See, that's the thing. This nigga just reading off a...
Bill Gates holds a hurricane modification patent, a hurricane patent that can tame a hurricane. And the patent allows for strengthening and steering of the hurricane. You can read the patent yourself. It allows for the strengthening and steering of the hurricane. Bill Gates holds this patent. But ask yourself, why is Bill Gates, a guy who made billions in technology, suddenly interested in controlling natural disasters? It's not like he's a meteorologist or a climate scientist. So what's the real agenda here?
He's a thief. He stole shrink wrap software.
Yes, from IBM.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why do you think this is? Why exactly? What is the motivation for someone like Bill Gates to be involved in this? Well, could it have anything to do with this, as we talked about yesterday? The 15-minute city project. As we reported yesterday, Tampa Bay had been selected as a new 15-minute city. Among other cities, Portland, Oregon, Portland, Maine, there's a list of these 15-minute city projects that are unfolding, and Tampa Bay is set to be one of them. And Bill Gates has a massive investment in Tampa Bay's 15-minute city project, which covers 40 acres of waterfront property. Now,
I'm gonna rewind that. You see, I hit.
Yeah, so it says just went to Google 15-minute cities. The 15-minute city is an urban planning concept that aims to make essential services and amenities within walking distance or a short public transportation transit ride of most residents. The goal is to reduce the need for cars and long distance commuting, right? They don't want you to long distance commuting, because ultimately this is a concentration camp. Ultimately it's like a reservation, and you're reservated to that area, right? You can get the Karagma, the Karaks, and the Grapho, which has all your information upon it, your birth certificate, your arrest record, your dental record, everything that's everything in there. And they may add a extra thing, a zoning alert system. So once it's within your skin, right, the digital all within your skin, if you cross out of your 15-minute city, it will alert them. It's almost like you're escaping, right? Right? You're escaping from your prison, right? That's what ultimately what this 15-minute city is going to be. Because there will no more long distance commuting, and to create sustainability, equitable, yeah, that's a hard one. Equitable and connected cities, right? Which you will not be connected, right? Equitable. That's hard to the most twisted. Okay, equitable. And since the 15-minute city concept is based on the idea that cities can be more effective if residents can access their daily needs within a 15-minute radius, right? But who asked for that? That's who asked for that? When did you vote for that? Right? Who sat around the so-called round table, so to speak, and was like, yeah, that's a good idea. I think everyone in America, we should do that. It's a great idea. When was the actual people, the public, asked to do this? No, you just could throw in there and just pop it up. Right? That's crazy. This includes services like work, shopping, education, healthcare, and leisure, right? Your little so-called free time, even your free time. So you want to take a vacation, or you want to. There's no vacations. Your vacation has to be within your 15-minute city, right? There's your leisure time. The concept also emphasizes the importance of green spaces, right? Bike lanes and public walkways. See? Hey man, you're going to be a prisoner in your own home, right? It's that what was that movie called? Sleeping with the Enemy. This is ultimately what you're doing. Everybody's talking about voting and all this other stuff, but really you're inviting the devil, right? You're inviting your enemy to lay in your same bed with you, right? To cause your hell. Just come down here and just say, hey, we need help. The hurricane hit. We need you. Come on over. And yeah, thank you. We'll be right there, right? Mind you, they were saying FEMA can't help you. They don't have no money, but they're going to have money to come in and build a 15-minute city. Come on now. Because this is all like, what's that thing? They call it smart cities. So this is all going to be interconnected with the internet, right? Basically, this is another way of saying it's a smart city. Everything's going to be all interconnected. So how do you have money to build a 15-minute city or smart city with no money, right? They give it to Ukraine. They'll give it to Israel. They give it to the migrants. But for you, we're going to put you on a reservation and call it a 15 minutes and call it a great idea. And we're going to see if you eat it up, which eventually you're not even going to have a choice, right? Like the brothers was bringing out that Isaiah 10:1, right? Which that's what I'm going to go ahead and get. Yeah, so this is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. And unto them that decree, right? And them and what? It's Esau, Edom, your government, your Bill Gates, kill Gates, the gates of hell, right? The gates of hell shall not prevail against thee, right? Because that's ultimately what he's trying to do. He's trying to bring hell upon us, right? By decreeing unrighteous decrees, right? And he got the lawmakers, the government behind him, right? Because who gave this guy permission to have be invested in this land and then invested into this 15-minute city, right? And all of a sudden you have the patented on a hurricane, and this hurricane, you have the power to redirect it. I mean, if you heard what the guy was saying on the thing, they have the power to redirect the hurricane in whichever direction they want to do it. This is why these people they feel like they're God, right? Right? Is why they have the God complex, man. Because you think about it, only God could do that normally, in a normal sense. But the Lord allowed them to have so much technology that even their pride is going to deceive them, right? Right. So, and they're going to write these into laws, and that 15-minute city is going to be law. Right now they're saying it's a concept, but pretty soon that concept is going to be a law. It's going to be a decree, right? A law, right? A belief system, and the way you have to live. That right grievously, and it's going to be a grievous thing to you, which they have prescribed, saying that they right, yeah, they prescribed it. They the one who just come out of nowhere. Hey, we're gonna build a 15-minute city. Nobody discussed that, right? No one even thought of that. You know what I mean? I would say that would be the last thing on your mind, but that's something that wouldn't even come to mind. Who thinks of, hey, wouldn't that be pretty cool to have everything that you ever need within 15 minutes, whether you walk or you take a short bus ride or whatever. Cool, right? No, nobody's thinking that. No, I think it's cool my family live way on the other side of town. It may take me 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or 40 minutes to get to them, and take me 20 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever it takes for me to get back. I enjoy that. Gets me out the house, gets me down some way and be able to experience. You look at the same thing over and over again because everything's within 15 minutes, right? It says to turn aside the needy from judgment, right? And see, and the ones who really need to understand and know who they are you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. But it's going to turn you from the correct judgment, and the correct judgment is to know that you're the children of the Most High, and that you need to turn back to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High in the faith of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. That's the best judgment you can ever have. But they're going to tell you you're just a sinner saved by grace. You're just a Gentile. Hey, follow us. Follow Sweet J, which J is only 400 to 500 years old. So the Lord's name could not possibly, emphatically, it could not be, that Jesus, right? Can't be that guy, right? So, but they're turning aside your judgment and saying, no, we're gonna put it, because who is that really gonna affect, right? Turn aside the needy from judgment and take away the right from the poor of my people. Because who is that going to affect the most? You so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Because who's in those inner cities, right? Urban. It's just urban. Who are known as the urban people? You so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. You're the urban people. So what urban area are they really trying to get into, right? They're going to affect you, right? And you're going to be the first ones to get the charagma, because that's the main target, is you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians to get the charagma. They're going to write this in by law, right? And then it's going to be, you can't get the benefits of the land, right? Because only the rich is going to be able to, it's going to be like that, what's the movie, Demolition Man? Because only the rich are going to be able to have those electric vehicles, and they're going to be able to drive around in the little Teslas and this and that, right? Yeah, of the poor of my people, that the widow may be their prey. And see, and they're gonna prey upon your instability to be able to take care of yourself, because your house just got blown away in a hurricane or swooshed away in a flood, right? You play a part of the lack of your understanding, right? The point that you wanted to be a single woman, and this is woman hear me roar. I don't have to listen to a man, but overall you have to listen to a man, because you're about to listen to the man. The man of sin is coming in and telling you, hey, you're gonna be in a 15-minute city, whether you like it or not. And you're gonna get this charagma, this grapho. It's gonna give all your life thing, what's gonna be implanted in your hand, right? The MOTB, and you're gonna like it. You're gonna have nothing, own nothing, and you're gonna love it. And you're not gonna eat meat. You're gonna eat lentils. You're gonna eat bugs, and you're gonna love it, right? This is what they're telling you, that they may rob the fatherless, man. Hey, and so you little nigglets and niggettes, you little children, little badass vatos and cholos and cholas, man. You're about to get it bad, man. You're about to get it worse, man. Right? You finna get, hey, you finna be in bad case, man. Right? Yeah. So this Malachi chapter 2 verse 1. Woe, which means destruction, right? In every form of the matter, whether by sword, gun, by the needle, right? Whichever way you're gonna die, by wild beast, right? By a mob, right? By your own government, who said that they love you and they love the planet, right? Right? To them that devise iniquity, and they're thinking about it, salivating in the economic form, through their World Health Organizations, through their G summit meetings, G20 summit meetings, their what is that thing called? Their BRICS meetings, right? Because they're all part of the same agenda, right? No matter where they're at, right? Because all of a sudden the BRICS they're no longer doing de-dollarization, right? Because that didn't put enough fear in you. But what can put a lot of fear in you is these storms, and then passing these decrees which say that you have to stay on you got to stay in your prison. You got to stay on your side of the prison, right? Because they're gonna make this whole thing a prison, right? Which we've been telling you, Jakes, that this has been a prison forever, right? But you had too much freedom, so it wasn't a reality. But they're about to bring it down to show you that this is the reality, and work evil upon their beds, right? And the bed's dealing with, they're in their rest, right? What are you doing in your bed? They're in their rest. They're in their rulership. So they're working evil in the time of their rulership, right? Right. When the light is morning, so this is the time of their rulership, right? Because they're the Illuminati. That's their light, right? They're in their rulership, right? Right. To prove it, right? Real quick. Right. So this is Isaiah chapter 14 verse 11. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave. So according to you not too bright so-called Christians, that you're self-proclaimed Christians, right? Right, because you're not Hamashiach like, you're not at all, right? But you claim that you believe in the Bible, you claim you believe in the Lord, but the Lord said this is prophecy. The spirit of Hamashiach, of who the world ignorantly calls the Messiah, right? Because your Messiah ain't our Messiah. Your Messiah is pale skin, which is a sin according to Leviticus 13, right? So your Messiah, you're preaching another Hamashiach. You're preaching another deity, which is a sin, because you're supposed to have no other God before him, right? It says and so it's Satan. Satan has pomp. Satan has pride. Satan is a spirit. He's not allowed to have pride like that, man. He has to do what the Most High tell him to do. It's brought down to the ground, and the noise of thy vows the worms is spread under thee, right? So worms are spreading over Satan. He's a spirit, man. He's in the spiritual world already, right? And the worms cover thee. So worms is covering Satan. Don't make sense. Because this is why I'm saying this. Because how are thus fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? So son of the morning, right? This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is talking about Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, who the morning is dealing with their rulership, right? How are thus cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations, right? Right. I'm just going to skip on down here to 16. It says they said they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee. So you can narrowly look upon Satan, right? Satan has more power than you, right? Because you ain't living right. Ultimately, you have to get permission from the Most High, and the Lord has to tell Satan to leave you alone, right? You have no power unless you're praying and prostrating yourself to the Most High and saying, "Hey, Lord, help me, deliver me," right? But the Lord ain't delivering anyone who's not reverencing His Son in the correct manner. His Son is not pale. You know what I'm saying? Right? His Son has woolly hair, dark skin, right? That's just the fact of the matter, right? It says, look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man, right? See, because Satan is a spirit, it doesn't get tired, doesn't get weary, right? That made the earth to tremble and did shake kingdoms, right? Satan don't get tired, right? Yeah, matter of fact, you can go up here, back up here to 10, right, to prove it. Because it says, and all they that spake and said unto thee, right, which is talking to old Lucifer, that's what it's talking about, saying unto thee, are thus also become weak as we. See, Satan, or Lucifer, right, the spiritual demon Satan, does not get tired. Spirits don't get tired. It don't have to eat. It don't have to drink. So this proves that this is a man, or this man's system that he's running. right? Or thus become like unto us. Does Satan all of a sudden become like a regular man? See, but you gonna skip past this, read all this, and then go, ooh, that's Lucifer. See? Satan gonna get cut down, Lucifer. No, this Lucifer dealing with light bearer, right? And this is the Illuminati, right? Because they have a certain dispensation of light, right? Basically, which is knowledge or wisdom to rule the world, right? But they rule the world in wickedness, right? That's why the Lord said right here, come back right here. He said, and work evil upon their beds, among their rulership, right? So just a man, Satan himself do not get weak, right? He don't get sick. He don't get tired. He's a spirit. That's why he said, Satan, where'd you come from? I'm going to and fro, up and down in heaven or in earth, right? Which is heaven, right? Which is a heaven, the earth, but nevertheless, earth, right? So you don't get confused, right? So he don't get tired. But who can get weak? And who could be weak as you? Because you're just a man. You know what I'm saying? Right? It's talking about other men. Other men can be these high and lofty men that have all this, the status and this power, right? And lose their power and become weak. Can become weak as any average person, right? You can be rich and then turn around and be homeless, right? But instead they work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it. So what did they tell you about the CV-19? That this is just it's a test run, right? It's practice, right? So this what this whole little 15-minute city in Tampa Bay, Florida, over in Hawaii, like the brother mentioned, right? They're doing that 15-minute city in Lahaina, in Hawaii, North Carolina, right? They talk about putting it up there too, where that great deposit of vibranium or iridium, however you say it, Salakia, I didn't say it right, but this metal is worth 3 times more than gold, and they found the great deposit over there in North Carolina, and all of a sudden there's this storm and mudslides and flooding and hey, guess what? We're coming in and we're gonna help you. We don't have any money for anything else, but guess what? We'll help you now. Hey, guess what? We have a great idea. We're gonna build a 15-minute city. It's gonna be a really great idea for everybody. So you can have everything that you ever wanted within 15 minutes. Your health, your education. Hey, don't this sound great? Right? This is their thing, and that's just what they're practicing it because it is in the power of their hands, and they can do it. Who's gonna stop them? That's why you think about who asked them to do that. Nobody asked them. It's in the power of their hand. They just walk. Hey, we're building a 15-minute city. That's it. They covet fields, right? And that's ultimately what it is. That's land. That's a field. It's a land. And they take them by violence, right? A storm is very violent. If I got a hurricane go freaking 300, 200 miles an hour, whatever it is, 300 miles an hour, 400 miles an hour, whatever, however fast the storm go, ripping up everything, and then I can redirect it. I got the patented on it. And then I just so happened bought up the land. That land that just got, what? I own that land. You know what I'm gonna do? I have a friend. He has this great idea about a 15-minute city. I'm gonna allow him to build that there. Isn't that such a great idea? Hey, and the storm is violent, right? And houses are take them away, right? Hey, a storm took that shit away, right? Whether if it's the military or these storms or however they decide to do it, it's in their power, obviously, right? So they oppress a man in his home, in his house, right? Right where you live at, even a man in his heritage, right? Right? He did it to the Native Americans, so-called Native Americans. Right? They oppressed them, put them on what? It's called reservations. So it's a 15-minute city. Hey, but Hey, you love him, right? You love the devil. Yeah, the Lord said through the prophet Esdras, right? Second Esdras 15, the Lord said through Esdras, woe, which was, like I said, destruction, death, killing, weeping and gnashing of teeth, right? Destruction on many levels, right? To the world, right? Because they're even doing the 15-minute cities over there in England. So, hey, they're doing it over there in Australia. So the whole world, right? And then, of course, these other places are going to be doing it too. China, Russia, all these places are technically going to be doing it, But the main places, is, over in America, England, Australia, right? Because they're already doing it in Australia. So, it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword, right? Which is Esau Edom. He is the sword. Wait, let's go get that. This is Psalms 17 and 12. It says, like as a lion, right? Because that's these this military, these Edomites. They're the military because they love war, right? Right? Because they're always trying to be vicious like a lion, pounce on the prey, right? It says he used the widows for prey, right? Always looking for prey. They're like a lion that is greedy of his prey. See, they're always looking to snare you, get you in traps. Somehow, some way, it's hey, we got Section 8 housing. You just can't have the man there, and so your child won't be raised up properly with actually having a man. And then of course this woman, you have all this freedom, and you're gonna invite man after man after man after man, and then no one's gonna have respect for the men. The woman's not gonna have respect. She's gonna see the child have the child will see the mother have no respect for men. So therefore he or she grows up having no respect for men. And it's a way to pray you, to lead you in, right? So you're looking for a way. Hey, look, you don't have no house. Hey, I have this weather. I got this patented for this hurricane storm, and that I can even control it, and it's gonna wipe away your shit. But I'm gonna come in and say, hey, you know what? I can help you. I'm Bill Gates, the billionaire, and I got a way. You can build a 15-minute city. These are ways they're gonna snare you and prey upon you, right? And you can't eat. You don't have any food. You got to be part of this system. See, because this system, it's a smart city. It's a 15-minute city. Everything runs off this smart chip, smart things. Everything is smart. Or iSmart, iChip, whatever, AI, whatever type of thing that they're trying to bring forth, right? Which is going to go into the Karagma, the Karax, Grapho, right? Which is going to have all your information upon it, right? The digital, all that's going to be in subdermally in your skin, right? If I said it right, Salakia. And as it were a young lion lurking in secret places, right? That's what they're doing. They're having like I said, World Economic Forums and World Health Organizations and the governments and the G summits and this and that, and your government can sign away all your rights over to the UN, which we've never had the UN here, and they're not a government entity that's meant to be over you, but somehow they signed it all away, right? And they did it in secret places, right? Lurking for you, right? Waiting for the chance to pounce upon you, right? It says, arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, right? And that's for the elect, man. The Lord is going to disappoint only for the elect, man. Cast him down, right? Because it did not say, oh, Lucifer is cast down to the ground. It's talking about a man. It's talking about this man's system, right? I don't get it. Deliver my soul from the wicked, right? Which is thy sword, right? See, and they said the sword is drawing nigh, right? And what sword is that? That's the wicked, right? The self-proclaimed so-called white man, right? With all their system, with all their AIs and their bright ideas, right? Which is going to render you helpless, right? It says, this it proves that from thy sword from the men which are thy hand, right? So to let you know that that sword is not talking about an actual literal sword. It's talking about men. For men which is thy hand. And so the Lord, when the Lord want to kill you, he'll send forth Satan, right? The real actual spiritual demon Satan. Have Satan get into the ear of a man, and that man becomes a sword, and that man's hand is forced or to kill you, because the Most High said for that to happen. From the men which is thy hand, O Yahweh. And who did it? The Most High did that on the left hand side. He spoke to the angels, which are angelic, which are righteous, by the way, to tell them to, hey, have these people killed, right? Have Esau think wicked thoughts that he can control, and he's God. Tell him he's God. Give him more technology. Tell him this and this and that. And so this dude is filled with all the pomp. Like I said, the pomp or the pride is going to bring him down, right? You don't get it, man. From the men of the world, right? Who owns the world, right? Who's ruling the world, which have their portion in this life, man. This is their rulership. This was saying when the morning is light, whether they're doing it upon their beds, we're doing it when it's their rest, when it's their rulership, right? They have their portion in this life, and whose belly thus filleth with the hidden treasure, saying, who got all the treasures and the thing? The Lord told them that you would get the dew by the sword. You get the dew of heaven. The things that are on earth, the things that are in heaven, all these things are gonna belong to you, and you're gonna get it, right? And there's only one person that's been able to fulfill that, and that's Esau Edom, because he got his international space stations out in outer space, orbiting the earth, all the way down to his submarines and things that's in the ocean. No other rulership has ever had that, right? Besides under the rulership of the self-proclaimed so-called white man, right? Who belly is filled with thy hidden treasure, which are also the Israelites too, by the way, and filled with the children of, and full of the children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes, right? So they inherit, and then they teach their children. I was watching the thing about forgot his name, but the I forgot his name, but he was a Rothschild. He had 5 sons. Then he taught his 5 sons how to use money as power, and then sent them to different parts of Europe, France, England, Spain, whatever. Sent them to 5 different parts of Europe and had them use that as a way to make the money and use money as power. And then their children had children, and then as time changed, time went into the information age, where you got TVs and radios, or radios first, and then you had TVs, and they recognized that through newspapers and the radio, and then eventually the TV, that they can use the thing as power, as mind manipulation, to have power over you, right? And this is from their children, from their father to the children, to their babes, and they also gave their inheritance. They're trillionaires, man, right? Yeah. So it says Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges, right, which are the Israelites, right, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, which are Israelites, right? So we're not none of those names. Those are false names, right? You're the Israelites, yeah. You're either Gad, Reuben, Issachar, Naphtali, right? Right, Asher, right, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Issachar, right? Those are righteous names that we're meant to be called, right? But they beat, when they beat us, and what it says, they oppress a man even in his house, right? When they conquered us, man, they oppressed us so much, they oppressed us so we didn't know who we are. But now we're in the great awakening, the rising out of the graves, the dead state of our mind, the dead state of the spirit, and the spirit quickeneth and the quickeneth giving you what life, right? And they covered and the greatest judge that they covered up is who the world English calls, JC, right? Because he's a so-called black man and not a so-called white man, right? Because there's nobody that's black and there's nobody that's white, but he's a dark brown man with woolly hair. That's what the Lord really is, right? Not that madness that you teach, right? You cover the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Who is this person who's ruling the world? And the initial look of the Son of God and the Son of God's people has been altered. Who's done that? They left back black and came back white. Who's done that? Right? Abdul Nasir said that about the land of Israel right as of today. That the people left black but came back white. Right? And that was the president of Egypt at the time, which they're going to have some more problems and issues with Egypt probably pretty soon, because the Arab world is going to be in conflict. And already they're having trouble on all sides of the land that they call Israel now, right? But we're really actually Yahshua, right? So, yeah, so this is Malachi chapter 1, verse 4, whereas Edom, right, which is self-proclaimed so-called white man, whether you like it, accept it or not, it's just, it is what it is. Edom, or Idawam, right, which means red, right? He's the redneck, right? he's the only one. If you smack him, if you get mad or angry, he turns completely red, right? This is this man, man, right? He ate the red porridge, but it's synonymous with who he is, man. It was because he ate the red porridge, but hey, it is what it is, man. Still a nomen omen, right? At the end of the day. So Edom saith, we are impoverished, right? Because they come from the word bower meaning peasant. But we will return and build the desolate places, right? Oh, yeah, it was I can't say the name. Something Bauer, Marshall Bauer. Basically, it was Bauer. And basically, like I say, he taught his 5 sons all these different things. And they took on the Rothschild or Red Shield, right? Oh yeah, that too. See, it proves it. It's like that beautiful that it came into mind. Yeah, because that's what they call themselves, the Red Shield, right? Right, which representing that they know that they're Edom or they're Idawam. They're the red child, right? Right, because we came out brown, different shades of brown. They came out the red child, right? At the end of the day, right? Same mother, same father, but he came out red. That's how the Lord set it up. He came out without his melanin, right? Which is a curse, right? Which is the mark of Cain, right? At the end of the day, which means he has that the same spirit that Cain had that wanted to kill his brother. So we are impoverished, right? Bowers, but will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, of hosts meaning armies, they shall rebuild. So the Lord said, yeah, they're going to be rebuilt, right? And they're in the second leg of Rome right now. They rebuild everything. But now, where we're at as today, this is the time that the Lord is tearing everything down. And even as the Lord tearing things down, guess what they're trying to do? They're still trying to rebuild. So part of their rebuilding is building these 15-minute cities. This is the way they feel that they'll be able to save themselves, right? But they shall build, but I will throw them, and the Lord's still going to destroy and demolish everything. Hey, Satan has been Lucifer. How does cut down? You know what I'm saying? How does lost? You were winning, right? You were on top of the world. You were in your rulership. You were in your pomp, right? But you have become weak, which is just a man. The spiritual demon Satan, or what you call Lucifer, spiritual does not get weak. But the physical counterpart of Satan, which is the so-called white man, who listens to everything Satan tells him, but Satan is a liar. Duh. He's supposed to be a lying spirit unto you. Because he works for the Most High. Right? Duh. Right? But yeah, they shall build, but I will throw down. That's the Most High. We're going to throw them down. And they shall call them what? The border of wickedness, which is talking about Esau is the border of wickedness. So we know that the wicked which is thy sword, or the wicked, right? The ones that's ruling, right? Wicked, which is thy sword, which the border of wickedness, right? They are the border of wickedness, so they are the whole embodiment of wickedness, right? And the people against whom Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, haveth indignation, which means righteous anger, forever, man, right? Yeah, to get back right here. So I did all that just so I can get back to here. For the sword and destruction draweth nigh. What's the sword? Esau, Edom. Got it. Now we're getting the self-proclaimed so-called white man, right? Which is what? Lucifer, right? Which Lucifer just means light bearer, and they're the Illuminati. They're the one who's saying they know all this great, magnificent things, but the great, magnificent things, right? The pride of that is gonna bring them down. They're gonna get destroyed, right? But they're trying to save their rulership, so they're gonna draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, right? Because people are going to have to defend themselves. It's going to become a time of what? A Yaqub's trouble, right? Or Jacob's trouble, right? For there shall be sedition, right? And that's what's coming. When people getting buckled down and they're trying to force you to be put in these 15-minute cities, people are going to be like, hey, look, yo, I ain't with that. Just being stuck in this 15-minute city thing. I can't come out. I can't go over here and do this and can't do that and blah, 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 blah. Nah. You know what I'm saying? I know, I forgot that place. The Amarat mantra is give me freedom or give me death, right? And I believe some of them really live by that. What state says give me freedom or give me death? Oh, Virginia. It says give me liberty or give me death is a line from a speech given by Patrick Henry in Virginia. Might be. I didn't ask for the speech. I was just asking for what state. Because it might be Virginia. It's one of them places. They live by that though. So lucky I can't find it. But there's a city or a state that they live by that. It might be Virginia. But yeah, they live by that code. So when you buckling people down to 15-minute cities, they're gonna live by that, man. Man, give me liberty or give me death, or give me freedom or give me death. Hey, and Esau, him being the sword of the Lord, he has no problem giving you to death. Matter of fact, the scripture says he has not hated blood. But since he have not hated blood, blood shall pursue him. But in the meanwhile and between while, hey, the blood is going to be up to the horse's bridle. They ain't gonna have no problem slaying you. That's what the Lord made him for, right? He's the hammer of the whole earth, right? But so as being a hammer, eventually, hammer's gonna wear out, right? But as of now, he's gonna be the hammer. He's coming in. Yeah, so sedition amongst men and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princessy. That's what they. Hey, hell no, I ain't walking down to no 15-minute city, man. I don't give who the president. I don't care if it's Kamala. I don't care if it's Trump. I mean, I ain't bowing down to none of that. They're gonna be fighting and warring and doing whatever they could do, and the cause of their actions shall stand in their power. Right? It's in the elite's power, so they're pushing the issue, right? And it all depends on how sleep you people are, right? And how fast it's actually gonna jump off, or But you being put in these 15-minute cities, which watch, this is gonna prove it. A man shall desire to go into a city. See, you don't desire to go into the other 15-minute city. You got a little chick over there. You've been tweeting with her or whatever. You've been talking like, man, oh, she's bad in a mug. Oh, I want to go get with her. Nope, sir. You're in zoning 8. You cannot leave zoning 8 to go into zoning freaking 15. You can't go to zone 15. You got to stay to your own 15-minute city. Because you can't go to zone 15, because zone 15 is way out and, I don't know, Michigan or something, and you're in zone 8, which is in Maryland or something, or whatever, however they may do it, right? So you can't leave old school Maryland to go to Michigan, to go to Detroit, or what's it called, Muskegon or Muskegon or whatever, something like that. One of the other little town. You can't, because them little small town girls be, ooh, yeah, right, and you can't do that. So we be like, nah, man, we have to get locked down. So a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Ooh, see, you'll be stuck to your 15-minute city, because of the pride of the cities, there shall be trouble. See, and he's, hey, wait a minute, nah, hey, man, we ain't bound down to this, man. We got too much pride in ourselves. We ain't finna just let you just segregate us down into a city. We would desire to go into another city and do our thing in another city, and we can't do it. So the pride of the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and the men shall be afraid. Hey, so it's going to be terrible times that even men are going to be afraid, man. So a man, right, dealing with the hunger and the starvation, right? Because if you ain't down with the 15-minute city, you can't eat. You ain't down with the charagma, right? You ain't got your digital device implanted within your hand or in your forehead, you can't eat. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. See, and that's when people are going to go all out. Ain't going to have no pity upon their neighbor. Hey, look, I got to eat. Look, bro, I know you part of the U.S. Army. You're a police officer. You're a man of service. And these are people, I'm talking about, these are regular people who got respect for the government, who got respect for police. But in that time, my kids can't eat, and I desire to go do my own thing, so I got other plans that I got to do, and you in the way of my plans because you trying to uphold some type of law to keep me to a 15-minute city, to keep me stuck. And I got respect for the law. I got respect for the military. But in that time, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, which means to take them, to steal them, take them to their possession, right? Their goods, because of the lack of bread. See, and I'm hungry. My kids got to eat. Things what need to be done, homie. I don't got time. You ain't finna lock me down no 15-minute city. You ain't finna have me in a place where I can't eat, and I got to do a certain thing your way to make it so I can make it. Some people are just rebels, man. Give me liberty or give me death. I ain't getting your charagma. Right? And these are people who ain't even men of the Lord. It's just going to be the Lord has to, things are going to have to kick up, right? Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, man, it's going to be just great trouble, Jacob's trouble, man. So these are things that's going to be in the horizon of things to come, man. Yeah, so this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 46. For strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, right? So they're going to use in this, some type of military, right? I don't know if it's going to be the National Guard or whoever else, but they're going to have all these different military guys that's going to come in, right? When there be these great insurrections, these great uprisings of people fighting, saying that, nah, they give me liberty or give me death, or give me freedom or give me death. Saying they ain't finna bow down to the kings or the princes, these so-called leaderships, and saying what they're saying, which they're prescribing, right? They're writing grievousness upon their beds, because they, or they're decreeing unrighteous decrees, right? So you're gonna bring in this military, these strangers, right? And then you also got these strangers, 13 other people who owns the patented to hurricanes, and then a couple other people that own the patented to the 15-minute cities, and a couple more people that own the patented to the CV19, which the Icky Vicky, the juice, right? That gave everybody thing why they're getting rich off of bringing you what misery, right? By spoiling their goods, overthrowing their houses, right? Taking you out of your houses. So they say, hey, you got to leave your house. This is now government owned, right? Or UN owned place, right? and take their children, right? Because they're gonna have these concentration camps, right? They're gonna have these re-educational camps, and they could definitely retrain or re-educate the children a lot easier than you can retrain these adults, right? Who don't want to get down with the MOTB, who don't want to get one in their right hand, left hand, right? Charagma in the right hand or the left hand, or in the forehead, right? Wherever it may be, right? Because people try to make fun of it, but these are the time that's coming, right? It's gonna be in your right hand, your left hand, and your forehead, right? Whether you could buy or sell, if he to have the mark, to try to save your own skin, to try to save your own life, right? Which is the mark of the beast, which is you worshiping another god, right? Which is Esau Edom, this system. You're gonna worship Esau Edom and his system, right? The name and the number of the beast, right? Right? Which is this system, right? The second leg of Rome, right? Which pertained to worshiping this self-proclaimed so-called white man, right? Because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and the wicked covered the faces of the judges thereof, right? If not, who is he? That's what? Overthrowing their houses and taking their children captivity into captives. For in captivity, what? And famine shall they get children. So they're going to be grabbing up children, retraining, re-educating them, even other people, see if they can re-educate you. But hey, the Lord did say that he was his sword, so he has no problem killing you. Right? The self-proclaimed so-called white man has no problem killing you. Right? It says, and they that occupy their merchandises with robbery, see, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to just take your land, your possessions, your things like that. And they're going to occupy all your land, your possessions, like they did in Hawaii, like the brother brought up, like they're doing over in Florida, doing in North Carolina, and they're going to do it in many more places, man. Right? The more they deck their cities, right? These 15-minute cities, they're going to be decking these 15-minute cities out with all the latest technology. It's going to be 6G, 7G, whatever it's going to be, right? 6G. I know 6G is what's the next thing, right? 6G, which goes into that being the man of sin, that number, right? 666, right? Right? You're going to have that 6G, right? Having these smart cities, 15-minute cities, right? Going to deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, right? And dealing with the military, they're going to be able to give them these so-called perks, or those persons who get down with the charagma, the Crocs, Grapho. They're going to have these perks. They're going to be able to be the ones, like you seen in Demolition Man. They were the one able to drive those the smart cars, right? The Teslas, while the other people were poor, living under the city, eating rats because of the famine, right? They didn't have no other food. They had to go come up to the surface and basically steal their Taco Bell, right? Whatever was in that Taco Bell bag, right? But it had to be better than eating rats, right? It says the more will I be angry. See, and really, all this is going to stir up the anger of the Most High, of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? Because it really all this is to stop the prophets from being out on the highways and the byways, right? Technically. Because you got a 15-minute city, you got all these regulations and rules and things, and maybe even curfews, and it's in a 15-minute city. Hey, it's nothing for the military to come in, something spark off, and say everybody better get home. So everybody's house or whatever place you need to be at is within 15 minutes. So you could disperse a place within no time. I'm telling you, within probably 45 minutes, maybe an hour, maybe. You can disperse a crowd of unruly people and get them back in place, back to where they need to be at real pretty fast. Because everybody's place is 15 minutes from wherever they're at, right? So this is their idea to be able to control it, right? Part of the what they had on the Georgia Guidestones before they blew them up, right? They only wanted 500 million for controllability. They want to wipe out more than half the planet. As I said, they don't have a problem killing you because their plan is to wipe out more than half the planet. They only want 500 million people left on the planet, right? So they're gonna have a problem killing you. So, but the more I will be angry, which is talking about the Most High, with them for their sin, saith Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, right? Like a
Have the
whore.
test to see what you get.
The fuck, stupid thing. This is like a whore, right? That envieth a righteous, honest, and virtuous woman. Right? They envy us, man. These elites, they envy us. You know, we at the bottom, so-called the poor, the poverty-stricken places where we're in the ghettos, the barrios, the reservations. But look, we have that truth, we have that life, we have that breath that the Most High has given us, man, that life. So they envy that, right? So we're the ones who's speaking out against them, right? That's just basically what the Lord going to say right here. So shall righteousness hate iniquity. Hey, so we're supposed to hate this iniquity, right? When she decketh herself, right? So that's what they're doing. They're trying to take this and clothe themselves with a way to protect themselves, so they can force citizens to be a certain way, to force everybody to get the karama, right? So that way the Lord have no reason to come back. Because if everybody's under this thing, you say, hey, look, they enjoy their master, right? That's why we call it the digital, Apostle Tahar called it the digital all, saying that this is one of the, going back into Deuteronomy, if you love your master, you would get pierced through the ear. But this time you can get pierced through the hand or the forehead, right? Saying you love your master, right? So it says, the deck of herself, right? And that's what they're doing, building these 15-minute cities, building up their so-called nuclear arsenal, their machines, and all these other different things that they're doing, to try to keep their rulership, their power. Building laser weapons to fight against the Lord, fight against Yahweh Shai, and accuse her to her face when he that shall defend him shall diligently search out every sin upon the earth. So it says so shall the righteous hate iniquity when she decketh herself, and shall accuse her to her face. And that's us, man. We on the highways and the byways, digital epistle, we accuse this unrighteous woman or this unrighteous system, right, to her face. She's decking herself with all these different things and great so-called admirations and all these different things, saying, "Oh, she's so smart. He got a patent for a now he's called the hurricane tamer." Ha 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 ha. But now houses and things are being destroyed and wiped out, and fortunately for him, he has all this money, and just coincidentally, I mean, not that he's a mind reader or he knows anything or not like that. It was coincidentally accident that part of Florida got hit by this hurricane, and he owns the land. Right? Oops. Right? It says, and that's what we're doing to this devil. We're accusing her to her face when she cometh, when he that cometh that defendeth him, right? See, the Lord's going to defend Jacob, man, and diligently search out every sin upon the earth. See, and ultimately, what all the sins that Esau do is searched out by the Most High, right? And therefore be ye not like thereunto, nor to the works thereof, right? So don't be like anything to do with this woman, man, right? For yet a little and equality, yet for a little and equality shall be taken away. Oh, Slakia. Iniquity. Slakia. Yeah, no, Salakia, not that. Iniquity, Salakia. For yet a little, and iniquity shall be taken away out of the earth, right? This Esau, Edom, right? And 2/3 of our own people, right? And righteousness shall reign among you. So he said, man, go and tell this system, this wicked system to their face, but don't be afraid, because guess what? All this is going to be taken out of the earth, right? He'll come and defend you, because all these things have to be taken out of the earth anyway, right? Yeah. So this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 70. For there shall be what in every place, Salakia. For there shall be in every place, and in the next cities, right? 15-minute cities, a great insurrection, right? Right? See, people ain't gonna stand for it. People are gonna be fighting and these things, and they're gonna bring in these military men, right? Upon those that fear Yahweh, right? Because really, this is about the elect, man. Because ultimately, it's about getting us off the streets, right? But then it's gonna rile up all sorts of other people too, right? And you know, especially those Jakes, because Jakes just want to be left alone. They just want to sell drugs and kill each other and be left alone. But this is going to interrupt all that, right? And that's really ultimately the Most High. He's going to rile you up from being that you know, like the old lion who crouches down, you know, and just get complacent. And Jake is very complacent with just selling drugs, doing their thing, being in the hood, do their music. I mean, if they just Jake would just be fine with that, right? But the Most High, the Most High got to rile you up, man. He's gonna cause something to happen, right? And they shall be like madmen, sparing none, right? See, so the military coming in say, nah, we gonna set this down. Everybody gonna get right. You gonna get with the program, or you get ran over, right? Right. This is martial law. This is 15-minute cities, and this is way we're putting you under martial law. We're putting you in where you can't go to the next city, but it's not going to seem like you want to prick, because you can still go to, like I said, you can still go to your dental appointment, your medical appointment. You can still go to school, still get your education. You can still have leisure time. You can go read, you can walk, you can do whatever, all within 15 minutes. And it don't seem that bad, because you can still go to the movies. You can still go down to the dinner and go eat dinner over here. You can still pretty much do all the things you need to do. Right? It doesn't seem like you're locked up. It doesn't seem like you're a prisoner, right? When you could do all these things. But when you can't go into the other cities, that's when it's going to be like, whoa, wait a minute. You mean I can't go to the next city? No, you can't go to the next city. And in the next, in every place, and in the next cities, and great insurrection. See, people gonna be, what? I can't go to the next one. I can't go to over here. A great insurrection upon those that fear Yahweh, right? So really, they're trying to come upon the men of the Lord. But the Lord, like it tells you, that the Lord will cause them that are thy enemy to be at peace with you. So these devils, these regular bird brain people, who when we're out there preaching, they'll say, go home. We don't want you out here. The Lord will put it in their heart to defend us. Right? So while they're coming against them, trying to come against the men of the Lord, now all these other people are going to get riled up, you know. It says, and they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh, right? And they're gonna be taking some brothers to the concentration camps to be beheaded, right, for the witness of Yahweh Shai, right? Some people are going to be martyrs for this truth, right? And other men may be taken just to show the power of the Lord, how the Lord's going to free you and break you out, just like he did Peter, right? When the whole thing's shaking, all the walls fall, right? All the chains break off, or it's shaking, all the doors open like it did for Peter, man. I believe that's what it was. I think it was Peter. But, you know, they shall waste and take away their goods, right? Because it's all about building their 15-minute cities. It's all about what they say. You're gonna get the charagma, or you're gonna die. They ain't got to that level yet, but it's coming to that level. It's gonna get there. You gotta get the MOTB, right? Or die. Yeah, take away their goods and cast them out of their houses, man. Hey, you gotta get out your house. This is now owned by the military of the UN or whatever they say, and you gotta go down to this, to wherever, and get the charagma or get the thing, or you're gonna die. Or you could just get the stepping. You can go out to wherever you're gonna do, but you won't have the luster of a beautiful 15-minute city. Right? Then shall they be known who are my chosen. See, then wait, when all this great insurrection is happening and these militaries is actually trying to go after the elect, right? The chosen of the Most High, which that's what chosen means, to be elected, right? To be chosen, right? And all these different things, they're gonna see how much we're defended. We read that he is gonna come to defend, right? And he that searcheth out our iniquity, man, he's coming to defend us. And then you're gonna know who are the Lord's chosen, because he can come and defend you, right? When wild beasts and lions and things are walking up the street, and it's a wild, like a pack of hyenas or something, I don't know, some crazy, because hey, the thing about that exists even in America. You got these zoos, they got all sorts of wild animals that don't belong on this part of the planet. But guess what? When all hell breaks loose and all things are happening, and things are, or people try to do some crazy things like they said what happened in Venezuela, which I'm not so true that actually happened, or I don't know, but this is what was said. They said people were getting so hungry that they broke into the zoo and started killing animals to eat them. So imagine if that's possible, or if that happens, that people are so starving, they're still hungry, that they break into the zoos to try to kill the animal. But guess what happens? They end up letting some other animal out, right? Or the enclosure was not as foolproof as they thought. Because I believe there was one zoo where the cat was able to, it almost climbed over the little, because they dig the thing, they put a little fence, it jumped up and it almost got out to get some of the people who were there at the zoo. So how much more would it be if someone goes in there, try to break into the zoo, and they let out some other wild animals that technically don't belong to this side of the hemisphere, right? Which they kind of show you that in well, there's two movies I can think of. You got the 12 Monkeys at the end of the movie, if you want to watch that, and then you have what's the one that Will Smith did? Damn. When Will Smith did, in the beginning, he's driving that freaking red Mustang, and there's a lion that's supposed to be New York City, and there's a lion and his cubs chasing some goddamn gazelles in New York City. I mean, crazy, right? Right? Damn, that's crazy. I always remember that movie. But yeah, so with all that, I'm gonna give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. To the elder apostles in Connecticut, the bishops, the priests, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful the elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners who phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold, Shalom. To your sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and are under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence and a Baba ball.